We finally got a look at gameplay for Concord, but it has a bit of an uphill battle to climb. Let's talk about it. Hello there everybody and welcome to TheComfySpot. My name is Tyler and today we are going to be talking about Concord, the brand new first-person shooter that is coming from Firewalk Studios, one of PlayStation's newly acquired first-party teams. We first got Concord announced early in 2023 with this very short, like 25-second teaser trailer that basically told us nothing about the game at all. All we knew was that it was sci-fi, it was a first-person shooter, and it was coming at some point this year to PS5 and PC. Now, we actually got a CG trailer revealing some of the characters in the world of the universe and gameplay for Concord as well, and also an August 23rd, 2024 release date for it, again coming day and date to PS5 and PC. Now before I get into my thoughts on the gameplay, I want to set the groundwork for what Concord is now that we actually know what it is. So Concord, it is a 5v5 first-person shooter, as they say, set in the Concord galaxy, and you play as free gunners, which are essentially mercenaries, and the free gunners are part of this crew of this ship called the North Star. And the 5 characters that really got highlighted in the trailer are Vale, she's a sniper. She's a black woman who's a sniper. Then we have Lennox, who is this reptilian-looking alien guy, and he really fights with pistols, like revolvers and stuff like that. Then we have Hamar. She's an Asian woman with like this crossbow type weapon, and she also has like mystical fire powers and stuff. Really cool. Then we have Starchild, who is this burly alien type guy who has he could really harden his skin and all. It seems like his special ability. And then we have this robot One-Off, this giant yellow robot who has like this vacuum type weapon. So that lays the groundwork for Concord, what it is, what the world is, and like free runners, they go on missions and jobs and all. Because again, they're mercenaries, just go on jobs, going up against other crews to try and get the spoils that they can. That's essentially the universe for Concord. That's what we're working with here. Now, honestly, watch the gameplay. Me personally, I don't think it looks bad. It looks pretty cool. It looks like it could be fun and looks really interesting. The thing is though, and this is where Concord is going to have an uphill battle, is the fact that you watch it and it looks very reminiscent of many other, 5v5 hero shooters that are out there. Namely, in this case though, Overwatch. And I say Overwatch because of how personality focused and character focused Overwatch is. Concord is definitely leaning into relying a whole lot on the character, the personality, and the charm of the world and of the universe, and really dialing in on that as kind of being part of what helps it stand out, or at least tries to stand out from other games with. So when you have that combined with the fact that it is, a hero shooter 5v5, everyone has unique abilities and stuff, the comparison is going to be there. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad comparison, but when you watch the gameplay, it's like, okay, this just looks like Overwatch, but in space with aliens and other types of creatures and different types of people and everything. So it has that going against it. And, I feel like with Concord, when it comes to it, one of the things that they're saying they want to do with it is they're saying that it's going to be very heavily balanced and all. They're trying to make a really balanced game, and everyone with the different characters, with the different weapons and abilities, the different abilities and gear that you have, some of them will be able to really permanently affect the map for the rest of the game. So one example that they mentioned was being able to put up a wall to block a path, and that being able to stick around for an entire match. So that would persist between rounds, and that is something different. That is something different that differentiates it from a game like Overwatch, where Mei puts up an ice wall that only sticks around for a little bit of time, and it doesn't stick around all throughout the entire match. So that's something right there. Okay, you have to change your strategy between rounds and all if someone does something that's going to stick around for the entire match. So there is that, which is interesting. But I really feel like Concord's going to be a game that's gonna rely, we're not gonna really make any definitive decisions on it until we play it. People are gonna have to play the game to really decide, okay, what is it doing different from Overwatch, or what about Concord's gameplay, the feel of it, what makes it stand out from other games? What is it about Concord that makes Concord fun, that is not just like, oh well, it's just, Overwatch, I'll play for like, a few rounds and then, I'll go back to something else? Like, what about Concord's gameplay when you're playing it is going to make it stand out from the competition, from the other games that it is going to be obviously compared to? And I really hope that whatever Concord has there does allow it to really stand out, because I mean, the live service space, it's already a tough space as it is. There's only so many games and so much time for people to spend on these games. So Concord, being another one diving into that pool, whatever it does, it's gonna have to really, whatever its gameplay hook is, it's going to be really good, and the gameplay is gonna have to be really tight and really fun to make people really stick around with it. One thing that they did mention that they're doing with Concord is that they are going to be having cinematic vignettes, each and every week. That, when you load up the game, there's going to be a new one that expands on the world, expands on the characters, expands on the relationships, kind of tells a bit of a narrative for the world, the universe, and the characters. And that's unique. That's interesting. That's something else that will help differentiate it from a game like Overwatch, where Overwatch, there is a narrative, but it's like way in the background of Overwatch. It's not really in the foreground, and people, wanted Overwatch 2 specifically to have, the PvE mode that was going to be a story mode, and then that got, notoriously cut from the game after quite a bit of time. So, again, Overwatch 2 now, it's like whatever story is there, it's in the background. Whereas Concord, it seems like it's gonna have it in the foreground, and that's that'll be something to really help hook players and hook us into the game and get us invested in the world and in the characters. So if Firewalk can really approach Concord and hit it from the different angles of, okay, we're hitting it from the angle of our gameplay might not seem the most unique, but there's something about it that makes it fun and stand out. It makes you want to keep playing more and more and more. And then if they can hit from the story side of things, where it is, all right, we are telling a bit of a story with the characters and the universe week to week to week. If they can hit it from both those angles, I feel like Concord will have a chance at the very least of, standing out from the crowd in some way, shape, or form. They did also say that there's going to be more free post-launch content in the form of new maps, new modes, new characters as well. In the trailer, we did see some other characters aside from the 5 that I mentioned before. They did say, I believe, at launch, there's going to be, 16 characters. I'm checking the PlayStation blog right now, the post that they had there. And I believe it's like 15 or 16 characters at launch. I don't remember the exact number, but it's in the trailer. And, so there's going to be plenty of characters. There's going to be a good number of characters there day one for us to mess around with. Only 5 were really highlighted in the trailer, although we did see some of the others in the trailer too. So there's going to be some regular post-launch content coming. The maps look interesting. That's another thing. Just everything about it. It seems like Concord is really kind of trying to go in on, all right, we are a space set 5v5 shooter. So we're not like just on Earth like Overwatch is. We're going to be in different planets, different worlds with these different unique characters and their different unique abilities. So again, if the gameplay can be fun, has its own unique hook to it that you don't really understand or feel until you're playing the game, if that can be conveyed to the game, and if that can, if people really enjoy it, that word of mouth, that will do a whole lot for Concord. And I feel like they're really going to market this really hard in terms of really trying to get the point across of, hey, what makes this different, what makes it stand out, and why you should want to play Concord, why you should be interested in Concord, why it is not just Overwatch in space. So I'm hopeful for it. There is going to be a beta in July. If you pre-order, you'll get early access to the beta for yourself and for other friends. So you can have a whole team playing together if you pre-order the game. So again, I'm hopeful for Concord. I wanted to have a chance, new IPs, you always want new IPs to succeed, but it does have a bit of uphill battle that it's going to be facing right now. So we'll see how it turns out. What did you think of the Concord gameplay in the state of play? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's talk about it and let's have a conversation. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, that way you know as soon as new videos go live. My name is Tyler. This has been The Comfy Spot. We'll talk next time. Have a good one.